What's up, barbecue fans? My name is Jake, and today I'm going to show you how to take these and make them look like this. Before we can do that, we got to get the Komodo Kamado Big Bad 32 rolling. Let's do that now. And today we're going to do these traditional just salt and pepper. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna get this out of my way. I'm gonna try not to get blown away. It is friggin' windy today, let me tell you. The great thing about it being fall, the flies are gone, I can prep outside, but 30-mile-an-hour gusts is gonna be a challenge. We're gonna get out our pepper cannon, and we're gonna fresh grind some pepper. And just like that, we got some fresh cracked pepper. That's about 3 tablespoons there. We'll put it into my official barbecue bottle. This is pretty coarse, probably a step up from 16. I forgot I used 16 last time and I turned it up a little bit more. Not a problem. And this is just Diamond Crystal Kosher salt. We'll use our little measuring here. And we're gonna do about 2 parts pepper to 1 part salt. There's a shake here. That'll work. Let's look at the star of the show here. So these guys are dry aged dino ribs. Picked these up from Porter Road. Porter Road reached out and said, hey, do you want to try out some of our meat for a little bit and share with the audience? And I said, sure, but I need a discount code. And they hooked me up, 15% discount code down below. You actually have, for this one, you just have to use the link. I will have the link at the right near the top of the description for you. But I gotta tell you, even before we're out of the package yet, these things look beautiful. And we got, the ends are protected with some harder plastic here, or thicker plastic, I guess. Kind of wrapped all the way around. Trying to keep one hand clean, which is always a challenge. Should have just got 2 sets of gloves. Perfect. All right, I mean, check these guys out. Beautiful, beautiful cut. And they didn't specially send me these. They sent me a gift card to order some meat and I just ordered it. So this is just like you buying, and look, no trimming, beautiful cut of meat, and they're dry aged, and it's actually a pretty darn good price if you look at dino ribs out there. I did bring out some W sauce for a binder, but there's some moisture on here. So I think actually we're gonna be okay the way they are. So we're gonna start with the sides here, try and overcome the wind. Don't go in my rum and coke. Don't need salt and pepper in that. Now you guys smelled some meat, came running, huh? All right, now I will put just a little bit on the back, just because there's some meat showing here. Not too much, it's kind of a waste. Focus on the top. Perfect, just like that. Make sure we're all sticking here. And today what we're doing is I got some white oak from my wood pile for my offset. Cut a little bit of that up. I put some of that on the bottom. I'm actually doing a couple videos today, and I'm gonna need a fair amount of smoke throughout the day. So we're using some on the bottom, a little strip in the middle. We're using the Komodo Kamado cocoa char, which lasts a long time. And again, it's a neutral lump, so it doesn't add any flavor to it. It'll all be the wood flavor. And then I put a piece of cherry on top from my friends over at Bear Mountain. Let's put this guy on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put, this is my cold zone, this is my hot zone. Got the basket splitter in there and all of our smoky wooden lumps on this side, and we're just gonna let that smoke roll like so. Now I'm sure there's a couple of you thinking, holy smokes, there's a lot of smoke. I started this guy about 15 minutes ago, so it's going to be cleaned up in the next 10 minutes. And a little bit of dirty smoke in the beginning is not going to hurt you. And this isn't what I would call dirty smoke. This is heavy smoke, right? It is not billowing white. There's just a lot of it. And the one thing that I learned from an offset is that if you run with a really clean fire, you really don't get that flavor that you're looking for. So in the Kamado world, I mean, there's a lot of people that are pushing for like, shouldn't be able to see smoke, should be very, very thin blue, and that's it. I've done that way. I've done a little bit of putting the wood on top and getting a little bit of dirty smoke throughout the cook a little bit. And to me, that tastes a little bit better. So nothing wrong with adding some wood throughout your cook. Just throw it on top. Yes, it'll burn dirty for like 10 minutes, but then it'll clean right up. And at the end of the day, 15 minutes in the beginning and 10 minutes once or twice throughout a 6-hour cook is not going to be the end of the world. Trust me. So today what we're doing, we're starting a little low. We're at 200 right now. I'm going to bump this guy up to 250, and then we're going to lock it in. Now it's late. You can tell it's already 10 after 12. Cheers. It's wintertime's coming, so it's going to get dark early. I do not intend on eating this today. We're going to do a long hold. So I'll bring you through the process. We'll wrap it up, and then I'll bring you back tomorrow and we'll try them out. So it's been 4 hours and 15 minutes. Let's have a look at our Dino ribs. They're looking pretty darn good. The bones are pulling in nicely, more so on the other side. We might just rotate that around actually while I'm looking at it just to get some even pull in. Temperature-wise, got a ways to go, 140. We're gonna give this a spray here. This is 50-50 water, apple cider vinegar. I got one dark side there a little bit. I've sprayed it a couple times already. Let's see if I can rotate these guys around. Oh yeah, look at that. That's gonna be good. Give this side a spray since I can see it now. And there's nothing left to do but wait for it to cook. Good morning, sunshine. It has been 16 hours. These guys have been resting at 155 since I pulled them off last night. Now, it got dark super quick and it was still windy, so I couldn't pull out my lights. But I did get some very dark footage of me wrapping these. I cooked these until they were 202. Then I put some tallow down and then I wrapped them and I let them rest for, I think it was about 30 minutes before I put them in the oven. And then I just threw them in the oven at 155. So they've been sitting there ever since. Let's have a look. Stay together there, guy. Look at that. Now I'm gonna put these guys on the board real quick so you can see them on all their glory. Tallow all over the place. I want some of this really good tallow right here. Tell me those don't look like a thing of beauty. So, we caught that on camera. There was a bunch of tallow left in the bottom and I moved too quick and it went on top of Ollie and just had to give him a little bit of a cleanup so Cookie didn't lick him to death. Yeah, first time that's happened. But luckily it was sitting on top of the oven for a little bit, so it wasn't crazy hot, yeah, not exactly what I wanted to start my day. I guess I'll be giving my dogs a bath after this. Anyhow, let's talk about these ribs. So the one thing I was thinking about, you see there's a fat seam there and some nice meat on top. I have a feeling, normally when you get these, there's a big fat cap, right? And one of the things I want to do is I want to try a video leaving that fat cap on, but normally I trim it off. This one didn't have anything and I didn't think much of it, but I didn't look close enough because as these cooked, I was like, man, they just keep getting fatter and fatter and fatter. What's going on? And then as it started to cook, I started to see more of this fat here. And I think what's happened is we've left the top part on and we're gonna have a fat cap in between what's going on here. So I almost want to peel the fat cap off first and try it on its own because I think we're in for a treat here. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Oh man, I bet you that's friggin' good. So got ourselves a little surprise here. Take off some of the fat because I don't need that membrane. Oh, wow. Not the membrane, the fat. That's hot. Take some of that off. You know what, I'm gonna leave it intact for now just to keep it moist while I try some, but man, I have a feeling this is gonna be friggin' delicious. Tell me that doesn't look good. I'm gonna take a little bite to see what happens here. That is full of flavor and delicious. One thing I'll say is it got a little dry. is because it's so thin. So I probably should just take it off before I cook these, but damn tasty. So I learned something new. Pay attention to what you're doing. Look at your ribs, because now I'm not gonna get all the bark on the other ones, but let's go through here and see what happens. We're still gonna get some delicious bites here. Bones. Just gonna have to clean up the fat on top, right? I mean, look, deliciousness all the way through, but we are gonna have this fat. Oh, let's save the meat. We are gonna have that fat that I really don't want to eat. Hasn't go. Probably could let these cool down a little bit, but I mean, take a look. This is beautiful. Full of flavor. I'm gonna get some back here on the other side where the bark is. Got some of that smoke ring there. Yeah. So let's do a little bit of a recap. I mean, this is absolutely delicious. However, it's got some challenges, some problems. All my bark and everything is on this outside piece that is a little bit dried out. And this meat in here is like absolutely delicious, but I want some bark on it, right? So what we learned here is pay a little close attention to when you buy Dino ribs. What I would have done if I was to do this over and I noticed that, I would pull off all this top piece and I would just cook it separately. I'd let it get all barky, I would season all of it, and then I would cook it. Obviously, because it's really thin, it wouldn't take that long to cook, but we'd slow cook it and then wrap it in tallow and just hold it, be a nice little snack, and I tell you what, it is full of flavor. Then take off the fat cap like I normally would and season that, and then we'd have bark all the way around, and it would be absolutely delicious. It's good, but I learned something new here before. Normally I always see one with the fat cap on there and I was like, that's different. I normally trim the fat cap off, so I didn't think anything of it. Clearly I didn't look close enough, but hey, this is not about perfect barbecue on this channel. I'm gonna show you my mistakes. I'm gonna show you the things I learned, and that's what backyard barbecue is about to me. So if you like that, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks as always for watching, and check out this video right here.